what I understand, I could check, but from what I understand, thousands of pages of documents have been given. But it's really a Democrat hoax because they're trying to get people to talk about something that's totally irrelevant to the success that we've had as a nation since I've been president.
I don't know that that is going to sell, but let's ask some better minds, okay? I got the three Americans assembled for you tonight. Bill O'Reilly and the one and only Stephen A. Smith. They're with me for the whole hour. Gentlemen, thank you very much for that. It's good to have you both. Stephen A. took the time to come in and be next to me, so I'm going to go to him first because that's my prerogative. Stephen A., it's good to have you. It's good to have you both.
See you.
Epstein's not going away. What do you think of the president's play today and what needs to happen?
I think the president spewed a lot of drivel when he said that, you know, it's a Democratic hoax. You can't say that when Marjorie Taylor Greene is up there saying that. You can't say that when guys like Steve Bannon is up there saying that, along with others that have been staunch supporters of him. This is an important issue, obviously, to a lot of people. A lot of folks that supported him want the quote-unquote culprits uncovered and revealed and exposed. It's something that Pam Bondi promised. It's something that Cash Patel promised. It's something that a bevy of Trump supporters have promised for quite a long time. And Trump certainly never did anything to dispel or to diminish the noise that they were making in any way. And so now that he's in office and he's called upon to show whatever it is that the administration, that the DOJ or anybody else may have in their possession to reveal what is indeed in those Epstein files, assuming there are Epstein files, he's got to address it because there are people that are a part of his administration. Dan Bongino, let me not forget that name as well. All of these people were talking about the Epstein files, the Epstein files, the Epstein files. The one thing that Trump doesn't get to do at this particular moment in time is blame the Democrats for it. They may be doing their share in terms of pouncing on it and trying to instigate matters to some degree, but trust me, they're not the big culprits in all of this. These people that support Trump have spoken vehemently about their desire to have these files revealed, and people within his own administration said, we got something to show you, and they didn't show the American people, and everybody's remembering, and they're not going to let it go.
And Bill, in political philosophy, there's something called a Hobson's choice, which is something where there's actually really no choice at all. And I feel like this is shaken up to be one of these, not because the president, you know, of all the things that the president sold that I believe have no basis, he was not selling this one, but it was sold for him. And now people believe that there is something to know. How do you get satisfaction in this if you are this administration?
Pretty tough because this is a very tedious story for me. I didn't even cover it tonight on the No Spin News. And before I get into why, I'm going to tell you, your monologue on the Holocaust assertion was excellent, because that's not what's happening in Israel. It's not even close. But it ties in a little bit to the Epstein story. People believe what they want to believe. This whole Epstein thing was resurrected for one reason: to try to pin some criminality on Donald Trump, some connection with Epstein. That's why you didn't hear about it during the Biden administration, even though Bill Clinton's prominently involved with this. You didn't hear a word. No Democrats were outraged. Nobody was demanding anything. Number two, I don't even know what the files are. Nobody knows what they're holding back. Are they holding back anything? Is there a big analysis? I don't know. And Congress is right to get involved and say, well, look, we want to know to make sure that there isn't any miscarriage of justice. So we're going to ask for every piece of paper to be given to an independent counsel. I'm sorry, I hate that word too.
Yeah, me too.
Everything, and that person would then analyze it and come up with a report. That's the only fair way to do it. But remember something. The hatred against Donald Trump skews everything. Trump used the wrong word by saying hoax, not a hoax. It's pettifogging. And Stephen A., that's the word of the day, and he knows what it means. You take any accomplishment from Donald Trump, anything, you're not going to acknowledge it if you are a Trump hater or a Democrat, a dying wool. So in order for every other thing to go away, you slap the most sensational thing up top. Finally, the victims. They're not doing this properly, all right? The people who were abused by Jeffrey Epstein. They should have an attorney representing them. And if they have a list of so-called abusers, those people should be sued, all right? That's how you do this. You don't say we're going to go out for dinner and make up a list, or have a list, not make it up, but have a list and then we might put it out. That's not how you do this.
Yeah, but I don't know that there's a rule book.
So there's way too much emotion.
I get it, but this is an emotional thing because you've got sexual assault of underage people and young people and vulnerable people. The only pushback, as a matter of fact, is the reason that Bongino and those guys were selling this wasn't to corner Trump. It was to corner Democrats. Right. And it was to corner the elites. And that this was going to be the way to take down the people who escaped the system.
Neither of you are wrong on what you're saying. I'm certainly in no position to question the veracity of it all. What I'm saying is this. When you hear Pam Bondi, when you had heard her speak in the past, she indicated she has possession of the files.
On her desk.
You're about to see it. It's on the desk. We can't escape that, Bill. See, that's where Trump gets himself, I won't say in trouble, but that's where he gets himself in the eye of the storm, even though they're targeting him to some degree, and you could always make that argument when it comes to the Democrat. It doesn't negate the fact that people in his own administration said they were in possession of it. We know what we have, and we're going to make sure that you know sooner than later, and that they don't do it. Now, come on now. You can't do that. That's what happened, Bill.
And they keep doing it. They did it with Kennedy. They did it with Dr. King. They did it with UFOs. Go ahead, Bill.
Right after Ms. Bondi said that, I said she should clarify the statement, and she should do it tomorrow.
Yep, you were right.
And then why she doesn't is a mystery of the universe. I don't know why.
Breaking
Trump
news.
doesn't want
She didn't listen to Bill O'Reilly? Is that what you're saying on national television? That she did not listen to you?
Has she not read the books?
What?
Number one best-selling nonfiction author of all time?
Yes.
Second only to the Bible?
That's right. How about that?
I mean,
I'm just saying.
There were a lot of guys, right? And there were a lot of guys writing the Bible. I'm just a loner.
All by yourself.
By the way, I open up Confronting Evil, which will be out next Tuesday, with the October 7th raid on the Israeli settlement. That is the forward of the book to define what pure evil is in a very contemporary way. This isn't just about Genghis Khan. But getting back to President Trump, there are things that the president does that I don't understand. And I think I have probably one of the closest relationships of any media person with him. Hannity has the closest, okay? But he's never lied to me. I did ask him, are you going to release it? He said, yeah, and he didn't seem to be perturbed by any of it. So he could clean it up. The best way to clean it up is to hand over every piece of paper the Justice Department has to a special counsel, and then have a time limit on the counsel's report, not 3 years from now. That is the best, most methodical way to clear this up.
You're right, and let's add this to it. And for once, don't blame the Democrats for everything. That goes to that.
No, the Democrats want to hang Trump.
Let me say what I mean.
Yeah, but they didn't
start this. They want to pin it right around his neck.
I know they do, but what I'm saying is to do what you suggested, but in the same breath, not go that route in terms of pointing the finger at them, because people in his own administration opened their mouths and said something that was inconsistent with what he's saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
But let's be honest, Stephen A.
Of course we're being honest.
Let's be honest. You're a straight shooter. The motivation of the Democratic Party and the hate Trump cadre is to tie criminality around Trump's neck.
Totally true.
Not to know what the victims went through.
Okay, that's fair.
Not to sympathize with the victims.
They
don't give a hoot about the victims. They want to bring Trump down.
Collectively, as a body, I totally agree with you. Individually, there are some sprinkled in that have a core decency about them. And I wouldn't castigate on them all that way.
The Democrats and everyone calling for transparency have high ground. Anyone who reduces the relevance of what the victims have to say or the existence of what was promised has low ground. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.